1970 Newport 30 for sale. $6,000. It's a little dirty, but it cleans up easily. She needs a bottom cleaning badly. All that green on the side, that comes off really easily. I'll have it cleaned off before anybody decides to come buy this. This Dodger is worth its weight in gold. If you're going to live on a boat, a Dodger like this is essential, and I'll show you why. It's like a second room. That Traveler is a nice Traveler. Barbecue in the back. See, look at this boat's Dodger. See a little bit of room that's underneath there? It's a low Dodger, and it's higher than most. This Dodger has a ton of room under it. So, there's my garbage can, my fruit basket, pots and pans hanging there, refrigerator, toaster oven, miscellaneous canned goods, dog food bowls, aft storage locker, all kinds of stuff in there that the boat needs. Varnish, sandpaper, oil spill mats, miscellaneous parts that I've removed for repair. Has a bracket on the back for an outboard motor. It does have a diesel engine in it, and it ran when I bought it, but I have not. It has an issue. The strut, the strut is the part that the propeller shaft goes through to support the propeller shaft as it comes out the bottom of the boat. That strut was rotted when I bought the boat, and I knew that. I knew it needed to be repaired. I haven't had the money yet to haul the boat out and do that repair. Consequently, that's why the bottom needs to be done so bad. As far as a place to live, it doesn't affect the boat at all as far as living on it. It's still a great place to live, and doesn't change it one bit. I just look at the boat as my floating home. But if somebody wanted to put some time and investment into this, it would increase the value of the boat tremendously, and it would be able to sail again. This boat is completely set up to sail single-handedly. All the winches are removed right now from this area. There were 4 additional winches up here, plus the 2 winches on the port and the 2 winches on the starboard in the back there. And the way all the lines ran through the Dodger here, you could sail this boat completely, staying dry underneath the Dodger. So it was, in its day, it was a really great boat for sailing, and it could come back to that. Like I said, the bottom work needs to be done with the strut and a good new cleaning and a good new paint job. There is one other issue with some rot in the core of the roof, which isn't an issue for living on the boat, but it's something that would need to be replaced, and it's a fairly easy replacement. It's something that somebody can do. I just decided, since I couldn't afford to do the bottom, I wasn't going to waste the time on the top, because I'm just using it as a place to live, and it works perfectly just as it is for that. Look at this beautiful view I have from here. This is Shoal Marina on a beautiful spring afternoon. Right up there is shower facilities and bathroom facilities. There's also a laundromat just a few docks down. There's a park to the north over there, Golden Gardens Park. Beautiful park. Lots of barbecue pits, lots of fire pits on the beach. We get people down there sailboarding all the time and kite flying, and I go there often with my friends and hang out. It's a beautiful place to hang out. So anyway, that's all. There's my pots and pans again. There's the toaster oven. That's the back of the boat. There's the pup. So excuse the mess inside, but I haven't cleaned it yet. Here's my galley, hot plate, tea kettle, sink with dirty dishes and eggshells. Underneath that frying pan there's an ice box, little pantry down here. Over on this side we have a microwave and some other kitchen items. Down here we have the dog's quarter berth. This is where Jembe lives. I have plumbed this, and it's really nice. It does have a water tank up in the front of the boat up there. I'll get to that later. But I've plumbed it so that, I don't know if you see through that window, there's a hose right there. Connects to a valve and spigot on the outside. Let's see if I can... Yeah, anyway, there's the valve. And it plumbs right in here. It comes right down through that, through this little valve here, to this little hose here. And there's fresh cold water. So that's kind of handy. You don't always have to fill a tank. I have the spigot that goes here. It's just in the drawer, and the hand pump does work, but the tank is empty right now. Little pantry behind here. Closes up nicely. Curtains. That's my bed. And there's the area, my desk and stuff sitting around here, computer, TV, I've got cable, I've got internet. There's lockers underneath the bench there. There's lockers underneath that mat, there, that cushion there. Storage lockers. There's lockers underneath the bed and batteries underneath the bed. It's all been rewired, brand new wiring throughout. Back here in the rear of the boat, that hole that you see back there is for the control panel for the diesel engine. The diesel engine's under the stairs here. I have the control panel still, and again, the diesel engine ran when I bought it. However, I haven't put much work into it. I've just been living on the boat. It's all here. I heard it run, I saw it run, I know it runs, and I know about diesels to know enough that if it started and ran, it might need some tune-up work, it might need some cleaning, but it should be just a fine engine for somebody who wants to put the work back into it. When I rewired the boat, I needed to take that panel out. It just needs to be wired back in. This hole here is for the manual bilge pump, which is also here in the boat. I just never got around to putting it back together and replacing the gaskets in it. The electric bilge pump works fine. The switch is here. There's the bilge underneath that little thing there. I've never carpeted the boat because I like to be able to sweep it and keep it clean, because with a dog and my lifestyle I track a lot of dirt in. But it wouldn't be hard at all to throw some carpeting down in here and make it a little more comfortable and warm. Through the winter, all I ever use is I use this little radiator right here and one other little fan type of heater right here. And through the coldest of winters, that's kept me plenty warm. So here's where I just keep stuff stored. There's my dirty laundry bag and my clothes up here in this front V-berth, fishing poles, and up there at the front you see the locker and the anchor and chain locker. That's just one of the V-berth cushions I kept, because the cushions were so ratty I threw everything away, but I kept that one because it was a special cushion that was formed for sitting in this little corner thing here. So I just kept it as a pattern for remaking the next one if I ever re-cushioned this. But I have never found the need to for myself. I did live on this boat with a girlfriend for a while, and we put some padding up here, and she used it as a bed, and it was just fine. But now I just use it as a storage area. There are lockers, storage lockers there, and underneath this pile of towels here, and right up there in the middle is, underneath that is the water tank for the boat. Here's the 110 panel that came in. I put the one. I'm a union journeyman electrician, and I put the 110 on this boat. It's not to marine grade standards, but it is to shore standards, and it's done well to shore standards. So the quality is good. There was no real need to go with the marine standards. It was just a more expensive wire and more expensive panels that were not necessary. So I just built it the right way to shore standards. But anyway, the boat has more outlets on it than any boat you'll ever find this size. There's outlets here. There's outlets behind the books right in there. There's outlets behind the microwave. There's outlets inside that hole right there that the microwave's plugged into and the TV's plugged into. There's outlets right here. There's outlets in the back over here behind the vacuum cleaner. There's just outlets everywhere. I think I've got outlets in the head too. The head is unfinished. Again, it's just a storage area. I do have the marine toilet to go in. The only thing I don't have to make the head complete is the hose from the marine toilet to the tank, which the tank is underneath that storage unit there. I have all the parts that go with this boat, so anything that's been taken apart, I still have the parts for reassembly. I just kind of lost the motivation. I've been taking it from this old 70s ugly ass veneered walls to looking like this. I did this myself with just, it went from, I took a door skin, I think it's 1/8 inch material from the local hardware store, and I had them cut it for me in 2-inch lengths, or 2-inch widths, 2 inch by 4 foot. And then I just used a utility knife and I've cut the pieces and used rubber cement to adhere them to the wall. And at which time, once that's done, it would look like, well, it looked like that. Then I would stain it, and it would look like this. And once I stained it, I would varnish it, and it would look like that. And it comes out pretty. It was really nice. I did this whole cubby here, inside and out, varnished it and stained it. It's just beautiful. So the few areas still remaining would come out very nice and would bring this boat or make it really warm to do. I was going to put cupboards over that hole and this hole, and panel them the same way. And I was going to encase these. I was going to put cupboard doors here and encapsulate it on this side, so it's a storage container, a storage box, or a locker. The one thing that is kind of an issue, it's not a huge issue, is you can see right back into that corner there behind that speaker, there's a hole in the wood. There was a leak at the, see that metal bar coming down on that side? Same thing is happening on this side behind the speaker. And that metal bar is one of the supports for the mast stays. The stays are the cables that attach to the top of the mast that keeps it stood on the boat. And so it goes up to, there's a cable, you can see it right through the window right here. It's covered with that white plastic tubing is over the cable, but that goes up to the mast. It's attached to that stay right there. Well, on this side there was a leak in the decking, in the way it was bedded. Let's see if I can make you see this one. See that stainless steel block right there on top of the deck? They didn't bed it really well, which created a leak, which rotted out that wood right there, which is a fairly simple fix. It's just you got to move, whenever you're fixing stuff on a boat, you have to move everything out of the way. So if you're living on it, it becomes a pain in the butt to shift everything around to do that work, which is just why I've never gotten to it. If you do the work before you move on, it'll be easy. Or you just end up, when you live on a boat, you just end up doing what you need to do with moving things out of the way while you're working on a particular project. So anyway, I think that covers the whole boat. And where it is, and the moorage is $300 a month here, $330 actually, and the electricity runs in the summertime maybe it tops $20 every 3 months. We get billed every 3 months for electricity. And in the wintertime, it runs about $150 every 3 months when it's a really cold winter and you have both heaters running 24/7. About $150 for 3 months, can't beat that. $330 a month for your mortgage, you can't beat that. I mean, you can beat that. There's other cheaper places to moor this thing around here, but not to be this close to downtown Seattle. I'm in Ballard. I'm minutes from downtown Seattle. I've got a nice, beautiful park on the north side of me, and the Ballard Locks on the south side of me. There's all kinds of good eats, good restaurants right in the neighborhood. It's a wonderful place to live, and it's cheap living. So I'm selling because it's just time. I've been on this boat for 7 years, and it's just time to put some land under my feet. I got a dog. He needs a place to run, and I'm just needing to go back to moving on the land for a little while. So that's why she's for sale. It's a lifestyle, and I would be happy to help anyone figure out how to adjust and become a live-aboard boat owner. So $6,000 is what I'm asking, or I could possibly be interested in trading for some kind of RV or cube van or step van or something convertible that I can convert to live in on the land, something drivable and worth $6,000. So anyway, I'm going to edit this and post it on YouTube, and if you're interested in buying this boat, email me at hippydude, hippyduude @ me.com. That's me.com. Thank you.